In fact, I'm indeed privileged and honored to share my views about the Constitution of India. This topic, in fact, has been assigned by this institution to talk on the subject matter. Perhaps many scholars may have known what is all about the Constitution of India, what are the contents in it, how exactly Constitution is actually supreme in eye of law. And in fact, the moment when you are just dealing with the subject matter of the Constitution, which is a supreme law of the land, it would be virtually impossible to live as human being. Suppose there is no Constitution at all, there is no United Nations organization, there is no law at all. So what is to be done? These are the perennial or comprehensive questions may arise. The moment when you are just dealing with the Constitution as well. There are many streams in Constitution. Perhaps you as a scholars in the field of educational system may have known how exactly Constitution is helping the people, especially a country like India. If you just look into ongoing crisis in India, you maybe wonder, just sit before NCRB report. Of course, NCRB report is actually giving you some inputs about the violence, which are actually continuous, country like India. Just to see the crimes against women, we have 4.4 lakh crimes against women. Then who is this responsibility all about? Is it our responsibility or the state's responsibility or the civil society's responsibility? It's a tricky question, if rather I would say. See, looking into the Constitution of India, why Constitution of India? What made you to draft it? Then how long you have taken to draft the Constitution of India? Why Dr. B.R. Ambedkar stood up first and started drafting this Constitution? What made him to look into the matter very seriously? So these are the questions may arise. This is one thing. So after having gone through more than 75 years of our own experience through the Constitution of India, how exactly we have achieved so far? Whether we have overcome all these issues and challenges, if rather I would say, yeah, of course, no matter, as have already been made clear, crimes against women, there are more than 4.4 lakh. Deaths in custody, we have 2,700 custodial deaths. Then human trafficking, 2,135. Then cyber crime, which is ongoing even today, 1.01 lakh. See, these are the statistics we have. Then how do you overcome and where exactly we have failed in understanding Constitution? This is very important for a beginner. Just now we have started reading and writing on the preamble of the Constitution. What's there in preamble? You just see the preamble. It starts with "We the people of India." This word has been actually derived from many constitutions. They include even United States of American Constitution and UN Charter 1945. You just see the American Constitution, especially the preamble itself. We the people of United States of America. Similarly, we the people of United Nations Organization. So all these, similarly, we the people of India. India means people. Please understand. There are many issues and challenges. To overcome all these issues and challenges, it requires a lot of drill. Please understand. At the moment when you're just dealing with the subject matter of the Constitution as well. I'll give you some inputs so that you can understand and where exactly you have come from. That's very important. I respect your truth. Please respect my truth. That's the strength we have. Even in otherwise manner, the moment when you're just dealing with the subject matter of law and order in the society, then who's this responsibility all about? And there are some issues and challenges between state and central. That's also there. I'll be dealing with that based on your questions as well. Hope this session will be, highly interactive rather than just narrating on the basis of whatever we have some contents in the Constitution of India. This is very, very important. And moreover, if rather I would say the Constitution of India is actually covered with 25 parts, then 12 schedules, we have 106, in fact, amendments we have, no matter. It's a lengthiest constitution, everybody knows. This is not an exaggeration. As compared to other neighboring constitutions, ours is the lengthiest constitution. And moreover, if rather I would say, constitution that itself is a suprema lex and lex specialis, without which there is no other way to lead our life. You just see the article 14, 15, 16, 17, 23, then 21 or 32. Just see all these well-noted articles in the Constitution of India. They are really helpful to you. This is one thing I would like to share with you. On the other hand, when you are just listening to have a look on our own jurisprudence, what we call as a theory of law, mother of law, or principles of law, or what shall I say, terms of law. All these things should be based in the Constitution that it's. That's very important. You have to understand. On the other hand, you have to have a look on basic doctrines, which are so helpful the moment when you're just interpreting the Constitution of India. So let me share with you, some people, they read Constitution, they're not at all understanding. The second, they read it, they know how to understand the Constitution. But when it comes to the knowledge of interpretation of the Constitution, they will be failed. Last but not the least, some people, they know how to read it, they know how to understand it, they know how to interpret the Constitution. But when it comes to knowledge of higher position, when they are sitting at the higher level, just to see their sweeping statements or safe corner statements. So no matter, Constitution is not at all a drama, novel, or a story, isn't it? It is actually dealing with the socio-economic and cultural rights of the citizen of this country. Please understand. You just see the entire the preamble of the Constitution of India. You will be known how exactly the preamble is actually well structured. That credit goes to the Constituent Assembly debaters. It starts with we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens. And it deals with justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. Just to see the entire text of the Constitution, you will be known how exactly it is structured. This is one thing. I mean to say that you have to give voice to the voiceless, eyes to the eyesless, remedies to the remediless. That's a strength you have to understand. It means that the triple justice should be shared to the people who are left out in the society. What is a triple justice? Triple justice in the sense that social, economic, and political justice should be shared to the people who are left out in the society. This is very, very important. If rather I would say. Okay. Anyway, there are many issues and challenges. They include even gender-based violence. So how would you overcome gender-based violence? Through the Constitution of India. This is a very tricky question, if rather I would say. We have rape, marital rape, digital rapes, then domestic violence you have, sexual harassments, acid throwing, then reproductive coercion, then prenatal sex determination, dowry, violence, female genital mutilation, forced marriages, and forced abortions. So these are the issues and challenges of women. Why laws are favoring women? My answer is very simple. It is because of historical injustice and practical denials, laws are favoring women. This is very, very important. You have to admit it in otherwise manner. That's very important from the point of understanding the subject matter as well. On the other hand, when you are just listening to understand the subject matter of the Constitution of India, I'll give you some illustrations so that you can understand how exactly some conflicts in the Constitution can be overcome. See, this has happened in America. See, they wanted to introduce two schools in America. One is white school and another one is a black school. Few like-minded people gathered somewhere and started sharing, no, we don't want to have color in school. My child will be discriminated in the school. This is what America came out with new approaches to understand black schools and white schools as well. So similarly, this has happened country like India. Our system is highly generous in understanding the people from south to north, from east to west as well. Okay. Anyway, whatever you have defined, India is actually geographical definition, but India means people. People have come from little background as well. You just see the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Then what shall I say, minorities. They're all actually suffering even today. You just visit Bandipur, Nagaravale, then BR Hills, just see Ankola, then Jaida, Yellapur, especially country like, to say state like Karnataka, they are all actually vulnerable. Let me share with you Soligas, Yarava, Jenukurba, Kadu Kurba, Bettadu Kurba, and all these people are highly vulnerable even today, isn't it? This is very, very important. You have to understand from these perceptions and the ideologies as well. Then how do you overcome the problems of these people? This is very, very essential. The moment you are just listening to understand the subject matter for the Constitution of India as well. This is one thing. Of course, no matter, Constitution is a supreme law of the land, without which it would be virtually impossible to live as human being. Unity, integrity, and spirit of brotherhood are the basis. Just now we have started to read and write a preamble of the Constitution. There are many things to be learned through the Constitution of India. We have 25 parts, 448 articles, 12 schedules we have had as many as amendments. Let me share with you 106 amendments we have. So all these things should be learned when you just deal with the subject matter as well. See, on the other hand, when you deal with these ideologies, which are well noted under Article 13 of the uh, Constitution of India, it is well noted with few theoretical perceptions and the observations as well. You have to have a look on doctrine of eclipse. What is doctrine of eclipse? Doctrine of severability, then pith and substance, colorable legislation, above all, rule of law. As a student of law should know what you mean by rule of law. Rule according to law. No one is above the law. Even king also under the law and God. Let me share with you much before, before the coming to force of the Constitution of India, we had number of commentaries written by commentators. Let's say we had Yagnavalkya Smriti, Manusmriti, Narada Smriti, Kautilya's Arthashastra, then Puranas, all in all you had. They include even Martin's class, Liber Code, Hammurabi Code, Napoleon Code, all in all you had. They were all actually based on some civilizations. Let's say it could be Mesopotamian civilization, Indus Valley civilization, etc., etc. So such be the case, how, in what manner civilization and the culture should be looked into. That's very important. You have to understand. ಇರ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. Okay. Okay. Just have a look on history. People ruled us before the coming into force of the Constitution of India. British, Dutch, Portuguese, they entered India with some hopes, no matter. Of course, some scholars, they say that this Constitution is actually based on the Government of India Act 1935. And we had number of development that took place to draft this Constitution, like Cripps Mission, Cabinet Mission we had. And you know very well, better than me, more than 2,500 years ago, Dharma prevailed for many places. Religious head was the judge and the magistrate. Whatever he wanted to say was the law of the land. And moreover, if rather I would say, king was supreme, temple was supreme, mosque was supreme. Whatever they wanted to say was the law of the land. And there was no scope for understanding law in general. See, these are the major crises we have. To overcome all these crises, country like India, especially in 1949 and 50, we took very good decision to come up with the Constitution as well. And we asked all these provincial governments submerged into one system of law called as the Constitution of India. We took almost 2 years, 11 months, 18 days to draft this Constitution as well. And you know very well, better than me, that on 26th November 1949, we adopted. On 26th January 1950, we in fact passed this Constitution for the betterment of the people, country like India as well. Just to see the entire the Constitution, you will be known how exactly it is structured based on the time and concern as well. This is one thing I would like to share with you. On the other hand, it is because of separatism, communalization, corruption, religious issues, atrocities against SCs and STs, discrimination against women, children, orphans, LGBT, tribes, etc., etc. Sometimes you may be finding a lot of crisis in it, but you're all better judges. You decide what is to be done. How best law is an imperative to understand the issues and challenges as well. This is very, very important. And moreover, if rather I would say, of course, no matter, the conflicts are many, but you should overcome all these conflicts as well. As far as 2011 census was concerned, we had more than 650,000 villages, country like India. That's why it is to be called as a Gramya Bharata. People have come from little backgrounds, and all in all you have. That's what I shared, that access to justice is one among human rights. You have to give more importance to justice as well. Your law looks as if, crude oil, whereas justice is refined oil. That's also there, no matter. You have to balance the interest between haves and have-nots. Haves are always targeting have-nots. Have-nots are always begging with haves as well. That's also there. To overcome all these issues and challenges, especially in the international level, through United Nations organization and its half-century enactments, somehow we could manage them in otherwise manner as well. This is also that, no matter, especially in 1986. Declaration on Right to Development came in, we took almost all 15 years to react on the subject matter. That's why in 2000 we could establish new millennium goals. So new millennium goals were actually shaped the entire world. So apart from these declaration and new millennium goals, in 2015 we could be able to establish our own aspects based on sustainable development goals. So we have sustainable development goals. So how exactly these sustainable development goals are helpful to people who are living in India? That's also there, not an issue. However, these action plans should be implemented properly with you to overcome all these vulnerable issues and challenges at the local level as well. What I would like to share with you, the moment when you're just dealing with the Constitution of India, along with the Constitution of India, you have to understand how exactly international is transformative. Uh, of course, no matter, you have to balance the interest between municipal law and international law. They should go hand in hand, if rather I would say. Just see the Article 253 of the Constitution of India, wherein it has outspoken on the ratification of the treaties as well. How exactly these treaties can be ratified? Country like India, that's also there. The amount when just dealing with the subject matter as well. Anyway, when you are just dealing with the relationship between municipal law and international law, there are as many as theoretical observations. We have monism, dualism, specific corruption theory, incorporation theory, transformation theory, then harmonious construction theory. Above all, you have pluralistic theory. So how exactly these theories are helpful to you to balance the interest between municipal law and international law? I mean to say national law and international law. So that's also there, no matter. And moreover, international law is supranational. It is not harmful to the local law. It is actually supplementary, complementary, or residuary to the municipal law. So therefore, the moment when you're just dealing with the constitution checks and balances, you have to understand the relationship between national law and international law as well. That's also there. The contribution of UNO in this regard is actually really, I mean to say, appreciated when the moment when I just dealing with socio-economic and cultural understanding among the nations as well. Just see the preamble of the UN Charter 1945. It starts with we the people of United Nations determined to save the succeeding generation from the scourge of war. There shall be an international cooperation and mutual coexistence with a view to promote and encourage human rights and fundamental freedoms without distinction with the race, sex, language, and the religion. The same captions are actually remained under the Constitution of India. Just see the preamble and rest of the articles or schedules or such other parts of the Constitution of India. You will be known how exactly these international covenants are actually helpful to draft our Constitution. They include even UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Bill of Rights, and American Declaration of Independence, French Declaration of Rights of Man. All these documents were highly helpful to draft this Constitution as well. And moreover, if rather you would say, the moment when Dr. B.R. Ambedkar started, drafting the Constitution of India, he could refer more than 50 constitutions of the world. Okay, not an issue. Some scholars, they say that or the people who are critical on the subject matter, they say that it's a borrowed constitution. That's not the good criticism that can be leveled against the Constitution of India as well. See, problems are one and the same. You go to America or European countries or Latin America or African countries, problems are one and the same. Food, clothes, shelter. These are the major issues. It means that access to justice is one among human rights. You have to give more importance to the people who are living at the lower strata as well. You have to uplift them. You have to help them. That's the concern of the Constitution of India as well. This is very, very important. You have to understand the moment when you're just dealing with UDSR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Universal Declaration of Human Rights are actually based. You just see the part third and part fourth of the Constitution of India. Part third is actually dealing with fundamental rights. Part fourth is, in fact, dealing with the directive principles of state policies. All these fundamental rights and directive principles of state policies are actually borrowed and copied from many constitutions and the UN Charter as well. No matter, because we have to understand all. That's also there, not an issue. And on the other hand, just to see the developments that are taken place through human rights discourses, especially we have a International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights 1966, then International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights in 1966. They are the basis with a view to understand the problems of people at the lowest strata as well. This is one thing I would like to share with you. On the other hand, the moment when I'm just dealing with these concern, you shall not be forgotten on constitutional morality. So what is constitutional morality? Just to see the Shabarimala's case, you'll be known how exactly constitutional morality is actually well noted on the basis of a rule of law. So according to law, isn't it? Nobody is actually above the law. Even king also under the law and God. And moreover, in earlier days, what happened? See, king had highest power to dictate every one of them. Now, that trend has been actually overcome because of democratic values as well. We have to give more importance to democratic values, social and cultural values as well. That's also there the moment when you're just dealing with the subject matter. And moreover, very little knowledge on philosophy is actually highly essential the moment when you're just dealing with the Constitution of India. Perhaps many scholars who are witnessing here may have known Hobbesian philosophy, then Rousseau's philosophy. Rousseau said long ago, man is by born free, but everywhere he is in chain. So similarly, Thomas Hobbes, when he was actually dealing with Leviathan, you could share on the basis of man is basically nasty, cruel, force is ultima ratio. To overcome all these, you have to regulate him. So these are the things we developed earlier. So based on our own jurisprudence, I mean to say mother of law, just to see definition on law. So what is the concept of law? How exactly you are going to define law? To define law, we have established our own jurisprudence called as a theory of law as well. Just see John Austin's definition on law. What he said, law is the command of sovereign backed by sanction. See, in any law, these are the three elements shall be made available. There shall be command, sanction, then sovereign power. So all these things should be there within the limits of the concept of the law as well. And on the other hand, there are as many as chief exponents of various theories who could explore on the basis of the time as well. Let's say Jeremy Bentham's approaches on law shall be made clear by saying that there shall be, pleasure and pain. Pleasure means happiness in the society. Pain means social evils. You just make a list of social evils, country like India has. And in otherwise manner, who could share on the basis of greatest happiness of the greatest number. That was his definition on the concept of the law as well. On the other hand, H.L. Hart, based on earlier history of mankind, who could share by saying that if at all you want to call it as a law, there shall be a recognition of the law. See, law has to be recognized. Your rights are supposed to be recognized. See, mere existence of rights are not sufficient. Rights are supposed to be recognized, isn't it? That's why you just see the part third and part fourth of the Constitution of India. Most of the rights are actually well noted. Let's say it could be right to equality, liberty, then what shall I say, right to freedom of religion. See, all these rights are well noted under the umbrella of the Constitution of India. First of all, you have to read and write the Constitution thoroughly so that you can overcome all these issues and challenges as well. And most of the time, people are expecting more on rights. See, where there is a right, there is a duty. Where there is a duty, there is a liability. This is our jural relations. One has to understand. See, you cannot enjoy all rights uh, simultaneously. Along with the duties, you have to enjoy. If at all you want to enjoy your life, first of all, you should know what are the rights and duties of others as well. You have to understand that. That's a karma you have. Kriya you have. Kriya for yourself, karma for others. That's also there. See, karma means dharma. Dharma means karma. That's also there. Not an issue, isn't it? You may be from any background. That's a different issue. But you should understand how exactly the karma is to be looked into with the moment when you're just dealing with the subject matter of rights and duties as well. See, this is what many scholars through their time and situations they could define what you mean by right. Right, it is an interest recognized and protected by law, isn't it? Your rights are supposed to be recognized and protected by law. That's also there. You just see the part third, see, of the Constitution, which has explored on the basis of fundamental rights of human being. And in fact, the concept of human rights nowhere defined under the Constitution. Just see and open the Pandora box of the Constitution of India. You will never ever find the concept of human rights. But we have had our own analysis on human rights as well. We say that human rights are nothing but basic rights, natural rights, inalienable, indivisible, instrumental. They are there everywhere. On the other hand, they are intrinsic in character. That you have to balance, not an issue. Okay. Anyway, while you are dealing with the fundamental rights and what shall I say, human rights, many scholars they say that human rights are not fundamental, but all fundamental rights are human rights. This is what Supreme Court of India came out with many approaches on the subject matter as well. Just see the Indian Supreme Court judgments who have actually fundamentally altered the constitutional jurisprudence protecting citizens' rights and dictating boundaries of legislative and executive powers as well. In nutshell, I can say nobody is actually superior. All are equal. Like should be treated alike, unlike should not be treated alike. Equality before law and equal protection of law, they should go hand in hand. This is what Article 14 of the Constitution is very clear. What else you want beyond this, isn't it? So you have to understand the concept of equality as it is actually well noted under Article 14 of the Constitution. That's also there, not an issue. Anyway, when you are just dealing with these observations, no matter, first of all, you as like-minded should understand the problems in the society in a larger and larger interest as well. This is very, very important. On the other hand, while dealing with the many constitutional interpretations or judicial interpretations, in fact, the Supreme Court of India came out with many observations as well that shall not be forgotten. Looking into one of the interesting cases decided by under the Supreme Court, Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. Perhaps many scholars may have known about this particular case, which established the basic structure doctrine limits the parliament's power to amend the constitution, ensuring core democratic principles remain untouched. It means that the basic structure of the Constitution shall not be taken away. In this particular case, the Supreme Court said that you cannot rewrite the Constitution, you cannot alter the Constitution based on your whims and fancies, isn't it? Look into Article 368 of the Constitution, which talks about amendment, isn't it? See, you cannot take away these, yeah, what shall I say, basic structure of the Constitution. As this is what the Supreme Court came out with new approaches in this particular case, Keshananda Bharati versus state of Kerala. In fact, through this case, we overruled many earlier cases as well. Sajjan's case, Golaknath's case, and Shankari Prasad's case. These cases were actually against the fundamental rights. They wanted to remove or they wanted to amend the fundamental rights as well. Okay, especially in 1973 case, no, you cannot rewrite the Constitution, you cannot destroy the Constitution, you cannot overcome the fundamental rights of the citizen of this country. So these are the bases with you to understand their vulnerability as well. So in this way, Supreme Court of India came out with a very good proposition by saying that the basic structure of the Constitution should not be taken away. Especially in Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India 1978 case, expanded the interpretation of Article 21, which deals with the right to life and personal liberty, linking it to the principles of natural justice and establishing that procedures established by law must be fair and just. Whenever you want to go for deciding any case, it should be just and fair. The fairness should be maintained when you are just dealing with the subject matter as well. See, you are a better judge what is right and what is wrong. What is good for me may not be good for, for you. What is right for you may not be right for me. However, there is a room for discussing all these issues. You're all like-minded. You decide what is to be done and how best problems can be solved through judicial trend as well. Apart from these cases, we have K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India. Many scholars may have known. This is actually dealt upon Adar's case. 82 years old judge stood up before Supreme Court arguing in otherwise manner by saying that right to life, which includes privacy. So privacy of women, privacy of individual should be protected. This is what we have known on the basis of this particular case, K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India, wherein 9-judge bench unanimously ruled that right to privacy is protected fundamental right under the Indian Constitution as well. This is our responsibility to look into the matter very seriously. The rights of human being should be protected. Perhaps many scholars may have known about Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan's case, 1997, which laid down legally binding guidelines to prevent sexual harassment in the workplace, eventually paving the way of Posh Act 2013 as well. Apart from these cases, S.R. Bommai versus Union of India, this is a 1994 case which strengthened Indian federalism by curbing arbitrary dismissal of state governments and imposing strict judicial limits on the use of precedent rule as well. See, anyway, after having gone through series of cases decided by Honorable Supreme Court of India, no matter the judicial trend is also actually appreciated. Uh, mm, Time to time, the Supreme Court of India has been actually interpreting the Constitution as well. Here, you have to understand judicial interpretation and the constitutional interpretation. So, how exactly you are going to understand judicial interpretation and the constitutional interpretation as well? And moreover, if rather I would say you cannot go beyond the constitution as well. Constitution is the basis for all issues and challenges as well. And moreover, to overcome all these issues and challenges, constitution is in fact an imperative. Without understanding the constitution, it would be virtually impossible to live as human being. First of all, let me share with you. You have to read the constitution thoroughly. Reading the constitution is not so simple. It requires a lot of drill. If rather I would say, as I said, constitution is not at all a drama, novel, or a story. The constitution which talks about socio-economic cultural rights as well. These rights are supposed to be looked into. This is very, very important. On the other hand, uh, the moment when just dealing with these matters, you shall not be forgotten on the philosophical foundations as expressed by Karl von Savigny of Germany. He says that law grows with growth, strengthens with strength, finally dies away when nation loses its nationality. That is called as a law of the land. Even in otherwise manner, Henry Maine in England, what he says on the basis of anthropological approach by saying that a status to contract that itself is called as a law of the land. So in a silver linings, many scholars have defined the concept of law from different dimensions as well. But you should know how exactly law is an imperative to understand the subject matter of the Constitution of India as well. This is very, very important from the point of view of understanding. See, as a beginner in the field of Constitution of India, first of all, you have to put some questions. What is Constitution? What's there in the Constitution? How exactly Constitution is helpful? And how best the problems can be resolved through the Constitution of India? These are the perennial, comprehensive questions may be there. The moment when you're just dealing with the subject matter as well. But you cannot, forget these perennial or comprehensive questions as well. It is your duty to answer these questions as well. So without answering these questions, whatever you are going to say on the Constitution of India would be incomplete. That's why I must share with you that please read the Constitution thoroughly. Just read the entire Constitution thoroughly, along with the cases decided by Honorable Supreme Court under Article 32, 226. Of course, high courts are also deciding some cases as well. You have to understand as far as the Constitution is concerned. This is one thing. On the other hand, see, mere existence of rights are not sufficient. There shall be remedies available. See, rights are supposed to be considered on the basis of remedies. Where there is a right, there is a remedy. That's why Baba Sahib Ambedkar, when he was actually dealing with the subject matter of Article 32 of the Constitution, who could share that Article 32 of the Constitution that itself is called as the heart of the Constitution. See, without heart, it's very difficult to live as human beings. Similarly, without Article 226 and 32 of the Constitution, it would be virtually impossible to understand the entire text of the Constitution as well. That's why I must say with you, where there is a right, there is a duty. Where there is a duty, there is a liability. Similarly, where there is a right, there is a remedy. So rights and remedies should go hand in hand. Just see the Article 32 of the Constitution of India. You will be known. Article 32 that itself is called as fundamental rights. Right to remedy that itself is called as a fundamental rights. That's actually well noted on the basis of constitutional checks and balances as well. This is very, very important from the point of understanding the subject matter as well. I must share with you, the moment when you are just passing some legislations through parliament, you shall not be, egoistic. An egoistic person will never ever die because he has no human body. Please understand. Whenever you want to go for passing some legislations before, parliament, these legislations should be based on the constitution as well. Otherwise, they'll be called as unconstitutional or illegal. Uh, Maybe subject to certain clarification, like we have judicial review, uh, or else we may go for a review petition or the curative petition as well before the honorable Supreme Court of India as well. Sometimes, because of some human errors, uh, these judgments may be overriding morality or ethical notion of the entire society as well. So that should not have happened when you are just dealing with the subject matter of the concept of justice. This is what justice is, the virtue of the human society. This is what John Rawls in his theory of justice, who could explore on the basis of distributive justice and corrective of the justice as well. Yes, justice looks as if refined oil, whereas law looks as if crude oil as well. That's also there. Analysis are many. At the moment when you're just dealing with the concept of the justice as well. But we need justice. Why people are knocking the doors of judiciary? They need justice. They have not come here. Which law is supreme in eye of law? Why people are knocking the doors of judiciary? Why laws are favoring women? My answer is very simple. Laws are favoring women because of historical injustice and practical denials. So this is very, very important. You just compare with other countries, especially in Middle East countries. Even today, women are not accessible to have, voting rights, even driving licenses as well. They are all actually vulnerable even today. This is very serious issue, if rather I would say, but you should overcome accordingly. And moreover, India is actually known for silicon, making, incredible, then multicultural, ethnic, plural. All in all, we have. But you should know how to work on the problems uh, according to the time and concern as well. That's why your triple justice should be looked into. What is triple justice? Social, economic, and political justice should be shared to the people who are left out in the society. This is very, very important. And moreover, if rather I would say the fruits of justice should be shared to the people who are left out in the society. This is what the constitution is actually well noted. I appreciate the efforts made by constituent assembly debaters with a view to shape this constitution as compared to other nations as well. Anyway, fruits of justice should be shared to the people who are left out in the society. This is very, very important. On the other hand, some people, they think in otherwise manner based on the reservations. See, reservations are not, something to be criticized. Reservations are the basis, especially country like India. Our country is actually based on caste, color, greed, then um, uh, many religious fundamentalisms as well. Since India is actually dealing with all in all, obviously reservations are the basis. You just compare with the American Constitution. In American Constitution, they deal with affirmative action. Just see the UK's Constitution, positive discrimination. See, affirmative actions in America, positive discriminations in UK, reservation and quota in India. They are all actually one and the same, no matter. Even American Constitution is giving more importance to reservation clause as well. Reservation are the basis. Please understand. You may be from little background. You should be given more importance to grow in the society. As I have already been very clear, especially in places where you can find as many as issues and challenges. In Karnataka, if rather I would say, you please visit Bandipura, Nagaravale, then BR Hills, in some other places, you will be known how exactly tribal people are living in the miserable conditions as well. That should be shared and looked into on the basis of the reports submitted by various experts as well. Just see the Madhava Gadgil report, Kasturi Rangan report, and Oman Chandi's report. See, see all these reports. The boundary are just dealing with the subject matter of the constitution as well. This is very, very important from the point of understanding the law as well. Apart from these perceptions and ideologies, the boundary are just dealing with the Constitution of India. You have to see the developments that are taken place through WTO, the World Trade Organization, UNCITRAL models, UN, European Union, SARC, then Organization of American States, Organization of African Union. So all these things should be looked into, because there is a movement of people from one place to another place. You just sit for a while in Bangalore International Airport, have a cup of tea, see how exactly foreigners are entering India, how many Indians are actually migrating to other parts of the world. There is a human migration. You have to see from these perceptions and ideologies as well. Just see the Article 21 of Indian Constitution, which is primordial, without which other rights cannot be enjoyable. So that's also there. See, the Article 21 of the Constitution India is not only dealing with the nationals of this country, but also non-nationals as well. See, this is one of the uniqueness of the Constitution of India. Please understand. So how exactly Indian Constitution is actually very unique as compared to other countries as well. Just see, some scholars, they say that it's a lengthiest constitution. It covers with the 25 parts, 12 schedules, and 448 articles and 106 amendments. It's a lengthiest constitution as compared to other constitutions as well. Look at American Constitution has just 7 articles. Australian Constitution has got 128 articles. Canadian 147 articles they have, and it covers with fundamental rights, duties, directive principle of state policies. It deals with federalism, then rule of law, adult franchise, then social justice, economic justice, political justice, sovereignty, then secularism. All in all, it has been dealing. So in this way, we have to appreciate the efforts made by many scholars to boost this constitution as well. Anyway, as I have already been made clear in earlier stance by saying that you have to balance the interest between national law and international law as well. They should go hand in hand. Why international law is actually helpful to overcome the local problems as well. This is very, very important. You have to understand. Of course, there are many theoretical perceptions and ideologies. The moment when just dealing with the subject matter of national and international national and international law as well. We have monism, dualism, specific adaptation theory, delegation theory, transformation theory, incorporation theory, then coordination theory, pluralistic theory, theory of harmony. These are the theories which are helpful with a view to balance the interest between municipal law and international or national law and international. Why I'm saying, see, if at all you want to advance the Constitution of India, you have to understand the developments that are taken place at the international level as well. This is one thing I would like to share with you. And moreover, public international law is in fact supplementary to the municipal law, residuary to the municipal law, and if rather I would say complementary to the municipal law. Just see the article 253 of the Constitution. In fact, we have well noted on the basis of international relations. India is known for its international relations. Please understand. So you have to understand how people are living outside the country. That's also there when you're just dealing with the subject matter as well. On the other hand, of course, there are as many as conflicting interests. You just visit some villages, you'll find there is no electricity. Sometimes in some villages you don't find a crematorium. Then lack of education is quite common. Then unemployment is the poverty is there. The malnutrition level is very low, and and then atrocities against SCs and STs. That's also going on. Harassments against women, children, orphans, LGBT. That's also there. Corruption. Then partisan. Then communalization. Because of these reasons, it's very difficult to have a look on the constitutional checks and balances. As first of all, you have to overcome all these. Then you can understand what is all about the Constitution of India as well. This is very, very important from the point of understanding the system as well. On the other hand, if somebody is actually crying at home, mother should know why he or she is crying. It means that if a citizen of this country is crying, uh, first of all, a state should know why he or she is crying. That's one of the responsibilities on the part of a state as well. So this is what the International Law Commission came out with a few draft articles on state responsibilities for international wrongful act. When you have become a member country of UN Charter 1945, when you have already been signed so many conventions like or declarations, UDSR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and then International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights 1966, then International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights 1966. When you have become a member country of the Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against Women, that's your responsibility to look into the matter very seriously. And you have to fulfill the international obligations as well. This is what the draft articles on state responsibility for international wrongful act is actually well noted. These drafts actually drafted by 5 special reporters of International Law Commission. So what does it say? See, it says that any state contravene the international obligations, then the international responsibility would come into picture. This is very, very important. You have to understand the obligations which are in fact shouldered on you. So without understanding these developments that are taken place at the international level, whatever you are going to say on the subject matter would be incomplete. That's why I must share with you in this way. So apart from these, we have so many issues yeah, in India, like IDP, internally displaced persons. Who are these internally displaced persons? Have they come from other nations? No, they are from your own country as well. It is because of some mega projects issued by the central or state government. They are evacuating their places, living somewhere in miserable conditions. In India, we have 7 lakh internally displaced persons. Except Article 21 of Indian Constitution, no law is to help these internally displaced persons as well. Fortunately, it was because of efforts made by UN in 1998. In fact, Francis Deng of Sudan was actually appointed with a view to understand internally displaced persons all over the world as well. See, this is the right time to understand the people who have been called as internally displaced persons. So these internally displaced persons should be rehabilitated properly on the basis of law as well. Apart from these, we have some problems in connection to women, children, orphans, then ill health, disabled, old age, and elderly, all in all you have. So all these people should be rehabilitated properly. So without understanding all in all, it's very difficult. And moreover, you can put a fundamental question, what's there in the Constitution? So how best Constitution is helpful to the society? Without which, how will it live? So all these questions may arise. What's there in the Constitution? See, Constitution of India has been, in fact, dealing with the supremacy of the Constitution, the parliamentary system we have. We have fundamental rights, duties, directives of state policies, free and fair election, federalism, social justice, natural justice, the state and central relations you have, then constitutional morality you have, rule of law, separation of power, then almost and apart from these you have had doctrines, principles, and dictums. Every one we have, but you should know how to understand the concept of the social justice. One of the interesting cases, Justice Chagla of Bombay High Court, in a case like, Prakash Cotton Mills versus state of Maharashtra. In this particular case, who could explain neatly about the concept of social justice. He says that without understanding social justice, it's very difficult to interpret the law as such. It means that the moment when you're just interpreting the Constitution, interpreting the law, social justice is one of the basis. So without which it would be virtually impossible to understand the just society. This is what even P.K. Subbarao and V.R. Krishnaya, who could share that, with a view to have just a society, social justice is one of the basis. Without understanding social justice, whatever you are going to say would be incomplete. And moreover, if rather I would say, just see the entire Constitution, just see the transformative process of the Constitution of India, you will know how exactly the concept of social justice is in fact well noted as well. This is very, very important from the point of view of the understanding the Constitution as well. And moreover, we have equality, right to freedom, and then right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion we have, then cultural rights we have, education rights we have, right to constitutional remedies. All in all, we have, no matter when you are just dealing with the subject matter as well. Just to share with you about right to freedom of religion. Religion is a pathway to realize the God. You may be belonging to any religion of your choice, no matter. But you should know what you mean by religion as well. It's a pathway to realize the God. It's a faith, belief uh, of any human being, country like India as well. But in the name of religion, you are actually targeting many people as well. That should be overcome. This is one thing I would like to share with you. And your, food has become, religious issue, country like India. That should not be there. When you are just dealing with the Article 25 of the Constitution of India as well. See, apart from these measures, you have a separation of uh, power. So, how exactly you are going to understand the concept of separation of power, as it was actually well noted by Montesquieu of uh, uh, Spirit of Law, 1748, who could share on the basis of separation of power. It means that legislature, executive, and judiciary should be separated. But it's not so in the case of Indian perceptions as well. And we should go hand in hand. In earlier days, what happened? The king had all these powers and functions. He was the legislator, he was the executive, and he was the judicial officer as well. It is because of the constitutional checks and balances, we have given some powers to legislature, executive, and the judiciary. As we have High Court and Supreme Court. So they are also deciding some cases as well. They are also interpreting the laws passed by the parliament or the constitution as well. We have given all powers to these judges of the Supreme Court as with a view to understand social, economic, and cultural rights of a human being as well. So apart from these, especially under Article 19 of the Constitution, perhaps many scholars may have known here. In fact, there are some freedoms, but all freedoms and rights are not absolute. If rather, I would say they are subject to certain limitations as well. Is an absolute power cause absolutely. You cannot give me all rights permanently. So that's a reason you have to understand. Where there is a right, there is a duty. Where there is a duty, there is a liability. If X happens, then Y ought to happen. If X commits a crime, he should be prosecuted. That is our juror relations. So these are the things we have, especially in the field of the law as well. And apart from these, the mountain are just dealing with the Article 19, one of the Constitution of India. You shall not be forgotten on freedom of speech and expression, freedom of assembly, freedom to form association, freedom of movement, freedom to reside, settle, freedom of profession, occupation, trade, or business. These are the freedoms are actually well noted under Article 19, 1 of the Constitution of India, but they are not subject, they are not absolute, subject to certain limitation as well. This is very, very important from the point of understanding the Constitution as well. Anyway, understanding Constitution is not so simple. It requires a lot of input. Of course, if rather I would say this session not covered entirely. It takes time because it's a lengthiest constitution in the world. It takes time to narrate entirely. Somehow I could share on the basis of the available data as well. Anyway, understanding the constitution requires a lot of time. Every day you have to read and write. This is very, very important. So because of these reasons, of course, we are reachable to higher expectations as well. In this way, I appreciate the efforts made by Constituent Assembly debaters to draft this constitution, who have given us to understand our socio-economic and cultural aspects as well. This is very, very important. On the basis of the constitutional checks and balances and the developments that are taken place at the international level, we have to grow naturally. This is very, very fundamental while you're dealing with this. Of course, no matter, perhaps many of you may have known all these rights, civil rights, like right to legal recognition, right to equality, right to remedy, prohibition of arbitrary arrest, then right to fair trial, right to privacy, right to freedom of movement, asylum, nationality, right to marry, found a family, right to own property, freedom of thought, conscience, religion. All these rights are actually well noted under the part third and part fourth of the Constitution of India. Apart from these civil rights, you have political rights, freedom of speech and expression. They are well noted, as I said right now, under Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution, which has been dealing with the freedom of speech and expression. You have freedom of information, right to freedom of information. Based on these observations in 2005, we could pass right to Information Act 2005 as well, right to freedom of peaceful assembly, association, right to take part in government and equal access to public service, right to people of self-determination. So what is self-determination? It is the right of the people to determine their own sovereignty. Isn't it? It was because of right of self-determination we were able to, get independence country like India as well. Just see the Article 2, paragraph 1 of UN Charter 1945. It has been dealing with the right of self-determination as well. This is very, very important. You have to understand on the basis of political rights as well. Apart from these political rights and civil rights, you have economic rights, right to work, right to favorable conditions, right to form and join trade union. You can have your own trade union, no matter. right to social security, right to children for special protection, then right to adequate standard of living, right to health, right to education, liberty to choose non-public school, participate in and enjoy the fruits of culture and science. It means that the fruits of justice should be shared to the people who are left out in the society. So these rights can be enjoyable. See, without these rights, the human culture would be miserable. If rather, I would say you have to enjoy all these. Of course, no matter there are many challenges when you are just dealing with these rights as well. Civil rights, political rights, economic rights, solidarity rights, and etc. etc. There is a weak record of ratification. Some states they sign international covenants, but they will never ever go for ratification. And that's also one of the major challenging issues we have at the international level. Lack of national implementing legislations. See, we have established as many as commissions, National Commission for Human Rights, the National Commission for Women, National Commission for SCs, National Commission for STs, National Commission for Minorities. All in all have been working, no matter, but they should be strengthened accordingly. That's also there. And on the other hand, lack of awareness, understanding by the authorities. So most of the authorities, they may not be knowing how exactly these rights are supposed to be protected. So they should be well trained. That's also there. Then lack of resources, lack of commitment, then lack of international enforcement mechanisms. So these are the major challenges and issues we have when you are just listening to understand the constitutional checks and balances as well. Of course, no matter temperature is one. Perhaps many scholars who are sitting here may have known when you are close to temperature, high fertility will come. When you have got high fertility, the population will be increased. When you have got population, the problems are many. These are the major issues and challenges we have, but we should work on according to the schemes established. That's also there. And in fact, have already been made clear on the basis of Supreme Court judgments. What needs to be done? This is my fundamental question as. See, vulnerable group like IDP refugees, asylum seekers, child soldiers, women, children, orphans, LGBT sex, they should be given an opportunity. You have to give voice to the voiceless, remedies to the remediless, and eyes to the eyesless. That's very important. It is one of the responsibilities on the part of state to look into the matter very seriously. So therefore, at the end of this session, I have come across some action plan, like you have to read the Constitution thoroughly and respect others. You have to respect your wife. You have to respect your children. You have to respect your parents. That's the strength. See, isn't it? See, I respect your truth. Please respect my truth. That is the strength, isn't it? You have to understand, first of all, family. When the family is good, nations all right. When the nations are good, you can expect a world peace. So, in this way, you have to understand all in all in the society as well. So based on these observations and theories and my own applications, I have dealt upon Constitution of India. If you have got some questions, queries, or suggestions, that would be helpful to us. Okay, over to you. Any question to be made? I'm readily available here to answer your question.